Yo, man. Rest your...
Much love to my hardcore antenna brothers!
Good luck, guys.
Try to squeeze
Back across.
You can grab that amplifier, officer. And you start spooling up those cables. Maybe we can get it all in one go. Just plug the...
It's done.
Yeah, as ready as we're gonna be. Grab one of these can sets. No idea what we're gonna hear when I turn this thing on, so be prepared. Good. That's your cue, lawman.
Is there anybody, the lieutenant, nervous for who the...
Give it a...
You can't make out a word.
Is that what you... Either way, you gotta keep it... Again.
It's cold now.
I didn't...
An uncomfortable...
It's been a long winter.
I can...
So you're...
It's...
Natürlich halten wir.
You just have...
But someone...
The signals...
This isn't... Look, don't know. My guess.
Someone has been...
Something about this setup. Your gloves give you a solid grip on the metal bar. This feels pleasingly familiar. You don't exactly cut a lithesome figure, but after several moments of scrambling, you manage to hoist yourself atop the monument. That performance was frankly an embarrassment. The connection itself is nothing more than a little braid of exposed wire wrapped about the hoof of the horse. A copper fetter it cannot slip. Truth be told, you have no idea what you're looking for.
Well, what's it look like?
Huh. I don't know what to do then.
Hang on, I'm looking at Egg's checklist. He says, if all fails, bend antenna. Narrow is the hardcore way. That make any sense to you? It says here, muscle style. Good question. Since you're already up there, I say you should do it.
The speed freak is right. The responsibility is yours and yours alone. There's no turning. You are face to face with Philip III. The Bronze King looks toward the west. Something about his features seems bizarrely distorted. His imperious gaze leads you naturally to his outstretched hand. He seems ill-equipped for wherever he's going. Come on. Kings and sabers are so played out. Why not arm the good king's valiant steed instead? To your surprise, the saber slides snugly between the horse's bared teeth.
There is no way that is going to make any difference.
This faithful steed cuts a dashing figure with the replica sabre between its teeth. A clear night sky. The stars make for a brilliant display. Across the river, you can see the lights of Coalition Warship Archer floating above Revachol East. A few of the idle lorry drivers and strikebreakers gesture at you with their cigarettes, more out of curiosity than anything else. From the window of one of the adjacent apartment buildings, an older woman leans out, her heavy breasts sagging. She yells a single word you can't make out, and then shuts the window with a violent thunk. Your grip is firm, yet controlled.
Looks like it's working. Keep going. Just a bit more.
Nein, Liebling.
The signal is clear. The storm has passed. This is another voice, a live voice on the other end of this invisible bridge you've established.
Try it now.
Officer Sunset, this is Coalition Warship Archer. We are acknowledging and accepting you.
There it is. The big bad. Now be quick. I'll keep us aligned as long as I can.
This is it. You're finally getting to speak with those who hold real power. And by that, we mean the ones with the guns and the warships. There is so much you wish you could ask. Your efforts have bought you some time, but you can't forget what you're really here for.
Please be advised that you are speaking on a public frequency. What is your request? You are currently speaking with Coalition Warship Archer, flagship of Insurcom forces in Revachol. No, the captain of the Archer is deeply classified intelligence. We are the second signaler. Our name is not important. All you need to know is that we hold the position of second signaler aboard the Archer.
You really don't have the faintest guess what her name could be. There's something in the way she refers to herself, always with the first person plural. A deliberate blurring of the boundary between herself and the institution she represents. Not to mention the airborne artillery platform she works on. Her every word is backed up by the most powerful ordnance available.
Because it's standard practice for signalers to use the pluralis officialis during the course of our duties. It's meant to serve as a reminder that we don't speak only for ourselves. For instance, as second signaler, we represent Coalition Warship Archer, which in turn represents Insurcom and the Coalition more generally, which in turn represents the Moralist International, which itself represents the interests of 1.2 billion people across the world. It's an important responsibility, but we don't consider it any greater than those borne by countless people all across the world. Now, your request? Acknowledged. To reach the committee, all you need to do is fill out the appropriate request form and submit it to the Liaison for Public Affairs. If the liaison accepts your request, you will be invited to address the committee at their next quarterly public hearing. We believe the next hearing is scheduled for July.
She's got to be jerking your chain, right? You can't wait that long. This isn't about you. Not really. It may have been at a certain point, but you've let go of that perspective. This is about your responsibility to all of Revachol. Now, take a deep breath. Look upward. You don't have to bear the burden alone.
What? How do you know this? What's your tone? Now, please describe the situation in as much detail as you can. We will forward our summary to the committee.
There's papers rustling in the background. She's clearing her desk, preparing to take notes. There, you've wedged your foot in the door. Now, if you can show the Coalition how much they're needed, they'll have no choice but to intervene.
Yes? Please continue. We have it. Is there anything else the committee should know?
Detective, before you answer that, I urge you to weigh your words extremely carefully.
We're afraid we must ask you to repeat that, Officer Sunset.
Her tone has shifted. She's no longer herself. She's reading from a script. Your words have activated some sort of procedure.
Acknowledged. Listen very carefully, officer. We're going to ask you a series of questions. It is imperative that you answer as directly and truthfully as you can. Do you understand? Good. First question. Are you currently in the vicinity of Surragli, the North Arcade Islands, or near Pale Offshore Platform in Sulindico? Very good. Next question. Would you describe the phenomenon as internal to the Isola or external to the Isola?
What she means is, actually, you have no idea what those words could mean in this context.
Answer the question, please. Next question. At the time, did you experience sense objects? Yes. Examples may include sound, memory, light. Let's go on. Final question. Were you alone?
You are part of a large family. You are never alone. There's no need to overthink this.
We repeat. Were you alone?
You hear the sound of a page ripping.
Thank you, officer. Please stand by while we transmit our summary.
A long winter.
Signals are starting to misalign. Not sure how much longer I can hold them together.
Officer Sunset, this is Collision Warship Archer. Please acknowledge. Thank you for standing by. We are authorized to report the Committee of Responsibility for Ravachol has acknowledged and accepted your request. They would like you to address your matter to the committee directly, as their earliest convenience. Subito. Collision Shuttle Laurel is setting a course for your position. They will arrive momentarily. Stand by.
To the southwest, several stars begin to move in unison. The minor constellation of Coalition Shuttle Laurel begins executing a graceful turn, drawn by an invisible wire.
No way! Big Ben's coming here!
The lieutenant adjusts his microphone and slowly looks up toward you.
Well, what now? You've accomplished your side task. You've contacted Coalition Warship Archer. I suppose what I'm asking is how much further you plan to take whatever this is. I don't... What are you saying, Detective?
What he means is, he can't believe you're about to renounce your half-brothers and sisters. The lieutenant takes a moment to compose his thoughts.
Detective, each of us has our part to play in the world. My part is to solve crimes. I am under no illusion that my role isn't a minor one in the scheme of things. But I embrace it because
lieutenant's final words are nearly swallowed by the roar of the aerostatic's main rotors.
Officer Sunset, this is Collision Warship Archer. We have been instructed to inform you that the Laurel arrived at your position. Please acknowledge. Thank you. The Committee of Responsibility for Rebel has authorized us to offer you an immediate extraction. Do you accept? We are far past that point, officer. There is...
The roundabout, Martinez North, nighttime. Somehow, the streetlights only make the scene more lonely. You can hear someone retching in a nearby courtyard. The speed freak eyes you with a curious blend of awe and contempt. He's torn. There's nothing more soft-core than the Coalition, according to his worldview. And yet, having summoned an aerostatic with your voice is one of the most hardcore feats imaginable. The lieutenant isn't looking at you or at the massive aerostatic hovering less than 20 meters above him. He appears to be concentrating on the braid of cables running from the amplifier. He does not expect you to remain. And why should he? There is something, a whisper, circulating among the city's footnoted alleyways and along its electrical wires. But what it's saying, you can't tell. It seems to be a message meant for someone else.
Acknowledge. Laurel has initiated the extraction procedure. Stand by.
Marianne hat mir erzählt, dass Oscar nicht mehr derselbe ist, seit auf einem Lufttyp zurückge...
Weeks later, no answers about extracted cop. The condition and whereabouts of an RCM officer extracted by a Coalition aerostatic 2 weeks ago remain unknown. The dramatic maneuver witnessed by dozens near the North Roundabout has reportedly increased tensions between the citizens of Martinez, the RCM, and Coalition authorities. Early reports that the lieutenant was investigating entropinetic phenomena along the coast have not been confirmed. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the lieutenant was in Martinez as part of a murder investigation. A Coalition representative declined repeated requests for comment. The lieutenant's final words are nearly swallowed by the...
Officer Sunset, thank you. The Committee of Responsibility for Rebel has authorized the... Repeat that, officer? What do you mean, you can't? Are you being impeded in some way? We have to say, this is extremely disappointing to hear, officer. What the consequences will be for your refusal to accept responsibility, we cannot say. For your sake, we pray they are not more than we all can bear. And now, we are updating our frequencies. We will not speak again. This connection will be cleared in 4, 3, 2, 1...
And the line goes quiet. The lieutenant gives a long sigh as he removes his headphones. There's relief on his face as he turns toward you.
I think it's best for you to climb off the statue now, Detective. Your real work is done here.
The sun-warmed bronze tingles beneath your fingertips and between your thighs. Your legs have grown stiff. You've been up here quite a while. You look around. The strikebreakers are still shouting their slogans and waving their hand-painted signs. Beneath you, the lieutenant and the speed freak have begun disconnecting a few cables. There's really no point. You're beginning to feel like the little child who refuses to come down off the carousel.
About time. You grab that amp, forget the cables. Need to leave some evidence of our antenna to inspire future generations.
What's one more trip across the waterlock?
All right, cop man. We've held up more than our share of this collaboration. I hope you recognise how much the old core underground came through for you.
If you want to show your appreciation, we could still use your help. Egg is the one to talk to.
Hardcore! Mutual aid!
Sure, you have to say that now, but it's alright. I'll put this tech away later. Think there's an extra can set, in case you want to grab a souvenir or something. Don't think anyone will miss it.